September 11th is our 30th wedding anniversary, and because of that, we've gone to church in the morning and went to our local diner for breakfast. While having breakfast, the waitress came up and told me that somebody had flown an airplane into two buildings down in New York City. It sounded incredulous at the time, so we didn't think too much of it until we got home and turned on the news and saw it on the news.
And it started the time frame from about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, and that day ended a couple days later.
The number of vehicles was really impressive is that Metro got together to go to this. I think it was 30 or 35 ambulances and personnel. So it was a convoy of ambulances as far as you could see, basically.
It wasn't, impressive to be able to be with a large, corporation that were able to dedicate, as many resources as was needed for such a large catastrophe and everything like that. So it was, I had a great pride to be able to, represent a company and to see how we could all pull together, from all across the state and then provide one unified front to, come down and help assist in the disaster.
As we got closer, the biggest thing that hit me first was the smell. It was really a very odd smell in the air, be it burning and destruction. Really hard to put your finger on what exactly that was. That and the sound. Further away from ground zero, towards the staging area, it was very, very quiet. But of course, the closer you got, there was this continuous noise of the machinery and the people and the radio traffic about dealing with the pile and the rubble and digging through it.
What the things stick in your mind is seeing the faces of the firemen in that, and the amount of loss that they showed in their eyes. It was very impressive. That sticks with me.
And the looks on their faces will be something that I'll always remember. It was a look of fear, upset, proud, anxiety, exhaustion, everything rolled into one that if they could physically have kept on going and kept on trying to help people, they would have. But you could see the mental and physical drain in them, and the white dust, the white grayish dust that was all over everything, everywhere, everybody, just everywhere you looked. And our memory was as they pulled being a part of an EMS organization and seeing them pull out the FDNY, the fire truck came driving by a little bit later on a flatbed truck. Some of the FDNY ambulances that were there that were obviously had the building collapse on parts of them. They were also being towed away as we were there over the couple of days.
But what stands out mostly is when we got down to ground zero, we were deployed down there in the 12th the next day, and we worked in a triage center at the gateway area, which was within 20 yards of the actual ground zero. The things that we remember are the overwhelming smell of drywall. It just permeated the air. There was papers littering the ground, and these were memos and that from desks that were there, and it kind of reminded you that these people came to work in the morning anticipating just a good day, and next thing you know, everything ended. The other thing is we drove into the area, because the first responders who were there obviously didn't survive. They were picking up ambulances with a large crane and stacking them in piles. And as we looked, we saw 6 to 8 ambulances pile on top of each other. And you realize that the crews in those ambulances, and they weren't just all Fidney ambulances, they were from all over the region. These people are now dead. They didn't survive it. So it's a humbling and sobering experience.
It's very humbling. It's also, a pride factor that, my son can actually be able to say that his father took, part in an event, such as this, such a major event in American history and all that. So when he goes to learn about it in school, he'll be able to share, some of my my photos and different things like that with the class, and be able to be proud to say, hey, his dad helped, or provided assistance for the event.
I was honored to have been able to go down there, to see the looks on the farmers' faces, to work with them. I've not had any desire to return to Ground Zero. I know they've done some spectacular work down there. It's a sense of accomplishment. It's one of those things where you say, gee, I'm glad I was there, but I'm not sure if I really wanted to be there. But you take with you a deep sense of pride that you're able to be down there and help them out with what little bit you could do.